What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny Rastafari, and I'm here today to talk to y'all about episode 8 of It Welcome to Derry. Spoiler alert! Now, this season been finished for about 2 weeks now. So, just letting y'all know before y'all go into this whole thing is a spoiler. So, now that we know this, yo, this by far, in my opinion, is the best show of all 2025. Now, I won't say of all time, but this show got the potential. I'm not kidding. This show has the potential to be the best show of all time. But I'm not giving it that just yet. But for this year, 2025, as of December 24th, 2005, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, by the way. This show is incredible. So let me get y'all to what happened in this show. So y'all remember what took place in episode 7, right? Where, the juke joint and, the angry white mob burned on the juke joint because they was looking for Hank. They got tipped off by this woman, which is Pennywise the clown daughter, that actually sleeping with Hank, set this whole thing up. She get them all in the juke joint so the people can come, the angry white mob come and burn this place down, get everybody all scared and terror and fear so it can come so she can meet her daddy again. Yeah, all that happened in episode 7, and this literally took place right after that. So really near the tail end of episode 7, after all that had happened, if you want to know what else had happened, go watch my other review it's on the channel. Go ahead and check that out. But anyways, after all that happened and all the chaos had happened, and they finished all that up, god dang, the family of one of our main characters, I believe his name is Leroy. He got his family the safety, boom, took them off base. No, took them on base. It was living on base. Took them on base, and boom, put them to safety. Everybody went their own separate ways. But the colonel still wanted him to search for these pillars. So how they gonna find these pillars? They had my boy Dick Hanlon. He went and helped them find the pillars because he got the shining ability. I'm still in episode 7, by the way, but I only can pick off where this took place in episode 8 by just giving y'all a quick refresh of episode 7. But long story short, because I ain't trying to rehash everything. Long story short, they find the pillars because of our boy Dick Hanlon. He found the pillars using his ability. And when he found the pillars and they handed it to the colonel, they thought their mission was over because they really thought their mission was to get it and move them to battlefields and use it against the other rival armies, against other countries, I believe against the Soviets at this time. No, the colonel lied to them. The colonel really wanted to use it against his own people. Against his own people. And the man actually said that the fear that happened of the juke joint, it's a good thing. I was like, what? I thought you was for us. I thought you was for the people. But nah, bruh, you still a racist little bigot, and you just trying to use this goddamn thing to oppress people. Black people, of course, but all people. You want to oppress all people, so you a bigot to everybody, and that's even worse. Bigotry is bad, no matter which side, it's bad. But this guy, terrible. Oh, Lord have mercy. He got the pillar that they found and burned it. And then while the pillar burned, it woke up because, after it had ate all those people, children, women, adults, after he ate all those people, it was like his big hunger. So now he can finally go into hibernation. But then once they burned the pillar, one of the pillars basically is a piece of shards of the meteor that the actual it came in. Once they burned that, he got a open gate. He got like a little passway that he could break through now because now he's free. As soon as they burned that, he immediately woke up. And now he's in Leroy house and he grabbed Will, our poor boy Will. And that's how episode 7 ended. Now back to episode 8. So now a big fog just hit the whole entire town of Derry. Easter egg, by the way. Now, when I saw that fog, I was like, oh, the movie and the show, The Mist. I remember that. But then as I chilled and did some research, and because I hadn't saw The Mist in a long time, and I did some research, I was like, hold on, but didn't The Mist happen in a different timeline than the 1960s? Yes, I think The Mist took place either in the late 90s or early to mid 2000s. And what's going on in Derry with this mist happened in the early 1960s. As we know, we in the 1962 and 1963. But then later on in the show, which we're going to get to, but I gotta tell you this so I can make my point about the mist. Later on in the show, it had give us some information that he really can go through time at the same time, everywhere, everything, all at once. Hey, you see what I did there? But yeah, it was like, so really what he's doing, he also doing, he could go in a, because we know it is extraterrestrial, supernatural being. He can probably do these things, like can go through time, different time at the same time. So what if what happened in Derry in 1962 is what triggered the mist in the mist? You know, theory is working. We all know this in the same universe. But anyways, the mist happened, cover the whole town. Now in the show, in the movie The Mist, when the mist happened, people get tied up through fear and go all crazy. But in this show, and it Welcome to Derry, I don't believe they went all into fear with the mist, but it just used the mist to mask what he was doing. Now, what he really was doing, he was collecting all the children in Derry. And then they went to the school, went to Derry Junior High. The principal hit the intercom and called all of them up in the auditorium. Come to find out that ain't the principal. It's it. It round all the kids up, got the principal, and this man is the most pettiest criminal, pettiest antagonist of all time. Of all time. This man got all the kids there, got the principal, showing the principal to the kids, pop my man head like pop go to weasel, spin it like it's a bop it, pull it, and threw it in the crowd. I was like, yo. Blood squirted on everybody's face, especially the girls in the front row going all crazy. Running to the door. The door is chained bolt. None of y'all scared and terrified, and it just laughing his tail away. My man, and immediately as that happened, the man hit the deadlights. Boom. Now, what the deadlights is, if y'all don't know what the deadlights is, the deadlights is really the true form, the true entity of it, Pennywise the clown. It, the clown himself, this is an actual character. And that's what this show had explained. And that's what I love about this show. Y'all know me. Y'all, if y'all watching this channel, y'all know me. What gets Johnny around Safari is not only action, not only drama, not only suspense. If the lore is on point, if you give me lore and it make me want to think deep inside my brain and make me want to goddamn theorize, that's what gets me, really. Ooh, goosebumps. I love lore. I love it. I love it. But anyways, Pennywise, the actual Pennywise, he is basically like an avatar, or of course, he's dead. But the deadlights, the actual entity, he possessed him in the early 1900s. Okay, now let's fast forward back to the 1962. He opened the deadlights on these kids. And now the deadlights is the true form, as I just said, of it. And every time you get hit with the deadlights, or humans see the deadlights, it's just too much for the human consciousness to handle. It immediately paralyzes you. It stops you in your place. Your eyes turn right. It roll in the back of your head, and it just keep you stuck. He basically can control you when he show you the deadlights. So he showed these kids the deadlights. load these kids up on his, I believe, trolley, the things that clowns carry around. I don't know what it's called, but he load the kids up and dip. So now we got our girls, the Three Musketeers. That's what I call them. That's not really what they is, but I just call them. When they together, I call them Three Musketeers. I don't know why. But I love the dynamic. But anyways, back to it. I got a little sidetracked. Sorry there. Once we got to the girls, Ronnie, Lily, and Margaret, they went to the school because they're looking for Will because it took Will. So they went to the school and they saw, like I say, it is petty. He left a blood trail and let the kids know, our three girls, and basically follow the trail. It like playing games because he know what the girls was going to do. The girls was going to follow him and bring something that they got with them to him, and that's what his plan. So the girls basically broke inside, well, not really broke inside because the town is abandoned. It was right there. They wanted to ride their bikes over there, but they was going to take them all day. So they found a milk truck or school, but I think it was a milk truck or a newspaper van to drive. And of course the girl with one eye, Margaret. Oh, I ain't never tell y'all, Margaret got one eye, by the way. That happened in middle episodes. But yeah, they got the one girl with one eye that drive the bus. That was hilarious. So now the girls following the blood trail because, like I say, it on purposely left the blood trail for them because he wanted to bring them there because he knew he's gonna eat more off their fear. That's what he want. So now in the next scene, we got one of our main protagonists, Leroy. Now, Leroy, as you see, he in episode 7, prior to this episode, he got into it with the Colonel because he finally found out what the Colonel's true motives was with the use with it. So he left. He trying to leave base. So he went back to his home that's on base because, he trying to call his family because, this is 1960s, no cell phones. You have to go where pay phone at, So he went to his house with his landline phone to call his boy. His boy didn't pick up. But guess who picked up? I'ma pause. I'll let y'all think. You guessed right. It picked the call up. This man is so petty, I swear. So Leroy telling it, I'm not afraid of you, a-hole. I'm not afraid of you. And it he admitted it. He's like, oh, I know, you don't fear me, but what fears a man that has no fear? And Leroy's like, I don't fear you, a-hole. I don't fear, da 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 da. And he said, oh, but I know his son, Will. Dad, I'm scared. Dad, come save me. I'm scared. And now Leroy losing it. He telling it don't bother his son. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, it said something that was so foul. But I couldn't be mad at it because it was hilarious. He said, this is supposed to be a horror show, but you can tell I'm intrigued, but most of the stuff I am laughing my tail off when it had to do with Pennywise. But he told Leroy, is dark meat, I'm paraphrasing here, dark meat have to sit for a while. I was like, what? He need to have the dark meat sit and tenderize for a while. He basically playing with Leroy, because it built off a fail. Obviously, he's not going to kill them right now because he want all of them there because it got a plan. Will his plan work? We're about to find out. So now Leroy losing it. He losing it. So he thinking to himself, okay, I know what to do. I know one guy that can do this, can help me here. He immediately went to our boy, Dick Hanlon. But what's Dick Hanlon doing? This man is in his room losing his complete mind. I'm talking PTSD out the AZZ. And why he got PTSD? Okay, few episodes prior, they went to look for it the first time. And Dick Hanlon had to go inside his mind to locate all this stuff because he got the shining ability. He can look through different times, go through different dimensions, and also go inside other people's mind. But then it went inside his mind to see his fear. And what do Dick Hanlon afraid of? Dick Hanlon is afraid of the dead people that he sees. Because it feels on you, like it haunts your mind. It like it rubs on you. It pulls you apart, like stuff that the human shouldn't, the living shouldn't see and shouldn't even feel. But since he got this ability, he can go into this dimension. He can see it and he can feel it, and he's afraid of it. It haunts him. And then his grandma also had the same ability, and his grandma said, "Grandson, um." think of a box, and everything that you ever afraid of in this world, you put that inside this box. You close the box, you lock the box. Boom. And that's how Dick Hanlon was able to control his special ability. But then, as you know, when it went inside his mind, find the box, he opened it. And so now he can't control it. And now he's back that scared little boy that he been. So now let's go back, fast forward back to episode 8. He's tripping in his room because now he's seeing these stuff and it's feeling on him, it's terrifying him. So Leroy bum rushed in his room while he was about to commit seppuku. Yeah, if y'all don't know what seppuku is, look it up. Dick Hanlon was about to commit seppuku because he couldn't take it anymore. He was ready to end his life. And basically, Leroy saved his life, and Dick Hanlon was like, "Get away from me. Like, this is your fault. Like, I try to tell you what happened if we keep pressing, but you just want to be this perfect soldier boy. Superman that. Now what do you? You try to be this perfect soldier boy. And now look, now my mind all screwed up." So he was like, "Yo, he got my boy. He got my boy Will." And Dick Hanlon got a soft spot for Will and also Leroy family, Charlotte. So he was like, okay, basically, long story short, Leroy got Dick Hanlon out of his little funk. So he got his mind together and be like, okay, I'll go help you. So now they're going to the Native Americans little ranch, because the Native Americans, they got a ranch. That's where Charlotte is at with Hank, the convict that the people is after. I'm gonna tell y'all, to anybody, like I can only speak for my people, black people, but I'm not gonna exclude all people. If someone comes to y'all, of women that is, if someone comes to you, my ladies, and say that your only boy is missing by this entity, that Charlotte knows, by the way, is missing, what y'all gonna do? Exactly. She lost her mind, beating up on Leroy. This is your fault. Listen, if that was my mama, I know for a fact, my mama would slap the black off my daddy. So when I saw Charlotte acting the way she was acting, man, perfect acting, because my mom will act the same exact way. The woman who plays Charlotte, listen, everybody on this show deserve Emmys. Everybody acted tail off in this show. That's what I like. But anyways, Leroy basically told him, like, babe, the connection to mother and daughter, no, I'm sorry, mother and son is the strongest connection of mankind. And we need that for Dick Hanlon to, find our son. And Dick chilling in the back like, yo, I can't even control my own thoughts. You want me to go inside the thoughts of your wife and your kid? Like, no, I'm all screwed up. Then a Native American woman get this trippy tea. I think it's called Herderma. No, I forgot. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, but it's basically the name of the mystic turtle in the Stephen King universe. Basically the relative or the sibling to actually it. He is the polar opposite. So if it live off fear and corruption and destruction, the opposite live off a completely yin and yang. But anyways, they give him this tea, and he sipped this tea, and this tea got him all trippy, psychedelically. He like Inception type stuff. And so he immediately went inside a dagger. What is the dagger? A few episodes back, Lily had found this dagger in the well in it lair, because you remember all of them had went to look for it the first time. The kids was on this separate mission, the adults in the military was on this separate mission, but they was looking for it. And she and the Native American woman got a nephew. He had the dagger. It's like a beacon or whatever. It can help leads to where it is. He dropped it and trying to escape, and Lily found it in the sewer. So, but one thing about this dagger bends the mind off on humans. So if humans holding this dagger, it knows your fear, it knows what you're afraid of. So it make you feel, if you grab this, it will make you feel safe. But the longer you have it, it makes you go crazy. So Lily got this dagger and she's going crazy. She already had kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but this made her going even more crazy. So Dick Hanley went inside the dagger. He went inside the dagger, and he could see where they at. Long story short, he know where the girls at. He know they looking for Will, and they're going to the lake. What lake? Okay, so now they think of the Native American woman thought of a plan that there's one place that we can put that dagger that they have that can be one of the pillars. We have to get this dagger and put it inside the tree trunk, because with it trying to do, I think he either trying to destroy the tree or he trying to get everybody there so he can, because he can't hold the dagger because he's afraid of the dagger. I think he was trying to destroy the tree. That's what I think he was trying to do. I don't even remember. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But anyway, so that was the plan. They have to get the dagger for the girls and put it inside the tree's trunk, because that's like the distance of, because if it goes past it, he can free across the world, you know. So fast forward, they head there, but the three girls made it there first, because they already was ahead of Hank, Leroy, Charlotte, the Native American woman, and the Native American nephew. So now they're there they found it. The three girls, that is, Lily, Ronnie, and Marjorie. They made it there first, and they found it. So now it is teasing them now. So the girls know that, okay, oh, I forgot to mention, when Lily was losing her mind during the dagger, she dropped the dagger. And one of the girls, I believe it was Marjorie, she jumped down and was like, oh, don't worry, I'll grab it. And Lily immediately lost her mind. She jumped out of the milk truck and say, I'll grab it. Only I should touch it. And it's like, Lily, like, yo, what's going on? Like, relax. And she was like, what? You think I'm crazy? You da-da-da-da-da? And it was like, Ronnie, our girl Ronnie, she's the definition of on site. I love Ronnie. Ronnie came and Ronnie was like, give me the dagger. You're not acting the same. And Lily took off. Ronnie ran after her. And Margaret and now Margaret run after her. They finally caught up with her. They took the dagger from her. They wasn't fighting, just a little tussle. And then Lily finally came to her senses, was like, yeah, I think it's the dagger that drives me like this. I'm sorry, you guys. All I want is to save y'all. I don't want no more of my friends to die. And they came up, the girls, I believe it was Margaret. She came up with the plan, the great plan, like, okay, we're going to rotate the dagger around. None of us not going to hold the dagger for too long. I think she said 8 minutes. I believe she said 8 minutes, like 8 minutes. Yeah, 8 to 10 minutes. And we're going to just rotate it every 8 minutes so, it don't corrupt our minds. That was smart. These kids are like 12 years old. They thinking of stuff that the adults didn't even thought of yet. But anyways, they finally made it to the location, to the lake. And it's Pennywise there. So the girls got back to back to back, so it don't, bother them. And it see the dagger and he immediately back off. So what he did is try to grab them one by one. So he grabbed the one that didn't have the dagger, which was Margaret. So he grabbed Margaret, right? And because he's playing with you. He's playing with you. So before he grabbed Margaret, he basically tell Margaret what we all thought. Call Margaret Tozer. Now, if y'all know y'all It lore, Tozer is Richie Tozer from the original timeline from It Chapter 1. And she was like, what? Tozer? That's not my name. Basically, it told her that in the future that she's going to have a kid and she's going to name him after her friend Richie, who had died in the episode before, name him after Richie. And those kids, you know, the next generation going to be the one that killed him. And she was like, what? And then it was like, I don't know. Did I die? Was I born? I don't know. They all seem the same to me. And that let us know that it really can't die. He basically can only go, he can go about so far, but you really can't kill him for good. He can also go back in time, kind of alter time in a little bit, but he's still going to face kind of sort of death in the mid 2000s, because you know in the future from 25 years from the 90s, I think we in the mid 2000s. But anyways, I know timelines with this stuff, it get kind of confusing. We dealing with that in Marvel right now. When you mess with time, things go wacky. So yeah, it basically told him that basically like through time, he basically is time. And as soon as he was about to eat her, he paused. He's like, what the freak? Why he paused? That let us realize the Scooby-Doo gang. That's what I call it, the Scooby-Doo gang. The reason he paused is because Dick Hanlon finally went inside his mind. And now Dick Hanlon is playing with his mind. You know, they having his mental battle with Pennywise the Clown. And now why that came, and when that happened, the kids, he lost control of the kids that he was held in the death lights. The kids immediately, they dropped. Boom. Now all this happened on top of a lake now. They're on top of a frozen lake. So the kids dropped. And they came back to their consciousness. Will and the kids from the school, they all woke up. And Leroy, you know, they all, you know, little sing, little kumbaya or whatever. They all meet up, hug. It was a beautiful millisecond scene. So they finally went into the Scooby-Doo van, which is actually a Scooby-Doo van. They went inside the Scooby-Doo van. And then Leroy was like, where's the dagger? Where's the dagger? And then the girls didn't even fought. The girls like, here you go. They hand him the dagger. And you know, remember what the plan was that the Native Americans had came across. The Native Americans was like, we got to get this dagger and we got to put it inside this tree stump. And that's going to be the new pillar for it. So Leroy got the dagger from the girls. And the Native American boy, the nephew, he was like, we got the dagger. And then Leroy handed him the dagger, but Leroy, and he was like, let's go to the tree. And Leroy's like, I'll come with you, and we're going to rotate the dagger so it don't bend our minds. We already know that now. The 12-year-old girls done figure that out first. Thank you. So now they put the kids inside the van. Boom, 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 boom. The kids inside the van. And I'm thinking, I'm chilling. I was like, oh yeah, finally. We about to put this guy to bed. Obviously, I know it didn't die because, you know, the original timeline, he's still alive. So I was like, okay, this is how they did it. Yeah. It was like 20 to 30 minutes left in the show. Yeah, you know, that's not how it went down. What went down? They got the dagger, they about to run to the goddamn tree stump, and all you heard it. They got sprayed on. I'm talking Swiss cheese. Leroy got shot in the leg or in the side, one of the two. The Native American boy got shot in the neck. Right in the trachea. Fall down. I was like, what in the world is going on? Camera pan. Bruh. It's the goddamn military, Lord. You're supposed to be on our side, military, bro. I swear, in these shows and movies, why is the military always the bad guy? That is such a cliche that I freaking hate. Like, militaries, oh my God. When I see them in anything, I immediately get upset because I know they're not going to be on our side. But anyways, the military, like I say, they need this dagger to control it. So you're just going to spray on children? There's a whole junior high school of children out here. You're going to spray on all of them with this machine gun? But anyways, why they got shot, goddamn Leroy, he crawling over to Daniel. Yes, that's his name, Daniel. I forgot his name. Now it just came to my mind like that. He crawling to Daniel, trying to hold pressure to the neck. But Daniel died. He did. And he's like, dang. Then his son Will immediately jump out of the van, run into his dad, like, Dad, what's up? What's going on? You okay? Is you okay? And Leroy immediately grabbed the dagger and say, son, I need you to get this dagger and I need you to goddamn put it in this tree trunk and put it as deep in the tree trunk as you can. Will was like, Dad, I'm afraid. I'm not you. I'm not you. And then now the three girls, they came. They started running behind, and now they having this whole conversation together. And Leroy was like, son, I don't need you to be me. I need you to be you. I love you. You. And basically give him words of encouragement and told his son, you have to do this. Go inside this fog, hide behind the fog. And when I get there, this scratch, when I get their attention, because now the military is rolling up on them, get this and put it in the trunk. You got to do this, son. And then he pushed them off. And then the three girls came and grabbed, because Will is scared now. When you get hit with those dead lights, it's fair, bro. Fair. So the three girls came and picked Will up and was like, Will, we could do this. So they immediately left. They ran. The military finally pull up on Leroy, Daniel Dade, and they pull up to the Scooby-Doo van. They rile everybody up. They and now the kids they're running as is all this going, the kids running there, but it's getting hard because the dagger is forcing, because the dagger is past its barrier, because this is too far for the dagger. The dagger can't even be nowhere near this tree. So every time they're trying to get close, the dagger is fighting. It's like, no, I'm supposed to be in Derry. And now the dagger's like messing with their mind, like, bringing out all their fears and, and stuff like that. So while the military is talking to them, they did with, it is still paused, by the way, because Dick Hanlon is still in the van playing mental gymnastics with them. They having a dope mental battle. Pennywise and Dick Hanlon having a dope mental battle. The military came, and of course, they did the dumbest. The military was besides Hank, the military was one of the dumbest characters in this show. So the military woke up Hank. But before they woke up Hank, the colonel walked to the clown, talking to him or whatever. It was like, all this time I didn't know if you was a figment of my imagination or a kid's dream, nightmare. Come to find out, you're both. Because, Hank saw him. What got him on this goddamn crusade is because he saw it before when he was younger, and now he in the military. He's like, now I can use this idiot. And the Native American girl was with him too, by the way. All this happened like back in episode 2, episode 3. Tell him not to do this. But anyways, he do it. So while he's talking to them, the other military man grabbed Dick Hanlon. Grabbed Dick Hanlon, woke Dick Hanlon up, and immediately it woke up. And then now it came out and snapped out of it and looked at our colonel. And the colonel is like, yeah, we got you. You free, you can go. Now, while all this going on, the kids is still running in the back, hiding behind the fog, trying to get to the tree stump. So much has happened. I'm telling you, this show is written beautifully. So now the kids doing what they're doing, and the colonel and everybody else doing what they're doing. The colonel's like, you can go. And because main goal is he's trying to get to those kids that got the dagger or destroy the tree. I think he's trying to destroy the tree stump. And then before it ran away, it looked back and was like, I know you. He's like, go, what'd you talk about? I never forget a smell. And the man was like, and then it turned into the thing that the colonel feared most. And now the colonel is like, get away. Oh, God dang it. And as soon as he's about to ate him up. Death well deserved. Thank you. I think everybody applauded in that moment. He ate the colonel. And while this going on, Hank and them Dick Hanlon, not Hank. Yeah, it was Hank and Dick Hanlon, because Leroy's on the ground. They did like the little at each other while the 3 military men with the guns looking at the colonel. They distracted. They disarmed the military man and grabbed the gun and pointed at them. Now they on the ground pointing down. I was like, okay, so now our Scooby-Doo gang, they got the upper hand. So now we fast forward back to the kids. Now the kids trying to deliver this dagger to the tree, and it seeing that, it doing his little petty scroll, looking at them, just. And now everybody on the ground, and Leroy looking at the guy that shot him, was like, you see this? This is what we trying to stop. This is what I'm trying to control. You see what's going on? And now they're going simultaneously, and they at the tree stump. But it just taking its time, because he knew that the dagger don't want to be next to the tree stump. And he was like, is your mind bending yet? Your mind's bending yet? And so the kid's having trouble. And then Dick Hanlon and a Native American woman, something hit them, and then now they look. And the Native American was like, what do you see? Man, this one touched me. Our boy Richie came from the spirit realm, running to the kids. And Dick Hanlon told him what he saw. And it's like, yep, I see it too. Because the Native American woman, she's also got this shining ability. She got and saw Richie, and he came. He was like the spiritual force, which I think was the mystical god, the turtle, whatever, that helping them do this. He came, and he basically put his hand on top of the kids, his friends, and they put the dagger in the tree, and then Pennywise went all back to sleep, and that's how they defeated Pennywise. Man, that was crazy. But no. But wait, there's more. So after all this happened, all of them went their separate ways, bada bing, bada boom. The Native American woman basically just gave her house away to Leroy and his family. And Will and Will and Ronnie, basically tell her goodbye. Because they was about to go before they sold them the house. They was about to go because Leroy didn't want the house. He was like, nah, I just gotta get out of Derry. I gotta save my family. We gotta get out of here. And so Leroy and his wife was in the car while Will was talking to Ronnie. They basically talked and say they're gonna miss each other and see this thing happen. They kissed. That was so sweet. And Ronnie went with her convict daddy, but Charlotte gave him a whole nother life, a whole nother name, and now he's about to go down south, and he's going to use like the civil rights, the freedom fighters to help move him. I believe Mexico or Texas to help him live another life with Ronnie. And then Charlotte basically gave him the ideas like, we should stay. This is our home now. We should stay. Now that we defeated this thing, we know what happening. We got 25 years, bada bing. We know what to do for next time. And so basically Leroy's like, okay, well, if you want to do it, we'll stay. And so now Leroy and Charlotte, they work with the Native Americans now with the committee every 25 years, to keep it at bay. Because now there's a committee to help do this. And so after that happened, Dick Hanlon came. And he's talking to Leroy, and they embrace, they hug and love, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to see, man. This show, the black power that's in this show, man, I love it. And they basically say, I couldn't do this without you, brother. Thank you for everything. If you need Leroy's like, if you need anything at all, you know where I'm gonna be. I'm here for you, my brother. And basically they was talking and to the Native American woman, and it's like, what y'all gonna do now? And they basically said that we got discharged. The military said, we're gonna discharge y'all, speak of none of this, and nothing would ever happen. Give y'all pension for the rest of y'all life. Y'all get y'all money, y'all checks, but you can't come back on base and don't tell nobody what's happening. And so that's basically what happened. And so Leroy told Dick Hanlon, so what you gonna do, bro? And Dick Hanlon was like, I'm getting into cooking. I love cooking. And I got a friend who got this hotel in London that I'm gonna apply for to be a chef. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. Because that's what happened in The Shining. But I love how this tied in. Because Dick Hanlon was a chef at the hotel in The Shining, but the hotel in The Shining was in Colorado. But he mentioned that he was a military man and he first came into this field working in London. So that was a beautiful tie-in. And that's how the show ended. Man, this show was incredible, man. They haven't given us no announcement for a season 2. Man, we need a season 2. We need a season 2. Like, now that it... Oh, no, I'm sorry. They did like a little post-credit scene, a mid-credit scene. The girls, Lily and Margaret was talking, and Margaret was basically told Lily what it told her that, in the future, it told him before he was trying to kill her, in the future she had a kid, and the kid is going to be named after Richie, and his friends was who killed him, but he didn't really die. He got reborn again. And Margaret was like telling Lily, what if we really didn't stop? Because they thinking they killed it, but they really didn't. She said, really, what if we really didn't stop him? What if he's still around? And Lily looked at her and was like, well, he was trying to scare you. He's like, no, I really think he's telling the truth, because that's why he targeted me. He wanted to kill me. Lily looked at Margaret and was like, well, that's going to be somebody else's fight. And that's how the show ended. Man, incredible show. Incredible show. One of the greatest shows I've seen in a very long time. For a pilot season, great show, man. If I had to rate this show, bro, there's nothing about this show that I did not like. And there's nothing in this show that I hate. Each episode was a 9 and above, like a 8 or above. And only one episode I give an 8. I think it was either episode 2. I think it was episode 2. Episode 2 was a little slower, but I know there was building story. But everything else was a 9 and above. Man, if I have to rate this show, season 1, I'm going to give this show a 9.5 out of 10. Highly recommend. Great show. Y'all, please watch this show. And HBO, if somehow you're watching this, please give us a season 2. We need it. But man, thank y'all. I know this was a long review, long reaction. If you watch this to the end, thank you. If you like what you see here, please like the video. Comment down, tell me what you think. If you love this show, hit the subscribe button, join the party. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your time, man. One love. But like I always say, peace and one love, one heart, one mind. Rastafari. I'm leaving Derry. Leaving Derry.